Design compromises are one of the most recurring issues that smartwatches have to deal with. After all, it's hard to cram all of the various specs in. Sensors that make these tiny wrist computers so functional into something you'd want to wear out. The result is usually a thick, unattractive gadget that costs as much as a nice traditional watch, with the double whammy of needing to be charged once a day. Sadly, even in some of the best Android smartwatches, those hardware trade-offs are met with equally cumbersome software in the form of Wear OS, which continues to be a slow-moving disaster, limiting the number of compelling options on the Android side. However, with the introduction of the Galaxy Watch 4 and the new Wear OS 3, things will begin to get more interesting. But Samsung does things a little differently. The Galaxy Watch line uses the company's homegrown Tizen software rather than Wear OS and features hardware niceties like circular displays and rotating bezels for navigating through the interface. The Galaxy Watch 3 also carries over the Watch Active line's focus on health and fitness, and finally brings long-awaited support for some advanced physiological readings. At a glance, Samsung Galaxy Watch 3. Bottom line, the Galaxy Watch 3 offers stunning hardware and a variety of health-focused features, including an EKG and blood pressure sensor. It doesn't have the widest third-party app support, but you'll get good battery life, a bright display, and Samsung's zippy Tizen OS software. Pros. Cons. Samsung Galaxy Watch 3 pricing. The Galaxy Watch 3 was announced on August 5, 2020 alongside the Galaxy Note 20, Note 20 Ultra, Tab S7, Tab S7, Z Fold 2, and Galaxy Buds Live. Samsung had a buzz year and released the next day, August 6. Available in several configurations, consumers can choose between 41mm and 45mm sizes, which feature essentially the same specs, including the Exynos 9110 and 8GB of internal storage. At launch, the sizes started at $399.99 and $429.99 respectively, with an optional titanium variant to the 45mm model priced at $599.99. Thaw as of January 2022, you can many of the styles on sale starting from around $240. Additionally, Samsung offers an LTE-capable variant of either size at a $50. The 41mm Galaxy Watch 3 is available in Mystic Bronze or Mystic Silver, while the 45mm swaps the Mystic Bronze option for Mystic Black. The Galaxy Watch 3 Titanium is only available in Mystic Black and swaps the included leather band with a metal one. Samsung Galaxy Watch 3, what I love. Source, Hitohusman, Android Central. The Galaxy Watch 3 has pretty stunning hardware as far as smartwatches go. Made from stainless steel or titanium, depending on the version you buy, the casing feels just as great as it looks. It's a bit on the thicker side, though. Samsung markets the Watch 3 as being 14% thinner than the original Galaxy Watch, but the 41mm review unit I was sent is still over 11mm thick. It's even slightly thicker than the 45mm version since it needs to cram all of the same sensors into a smaller chassis. Still, I love how small of a footprint Samsung was able to give this watch, as it takes up even less space on my wrist than the analog watch I typically wear. I am also a sucker for leather bands and have zero complaints with the one that comes included in the box, though if you're into other materials like metal or silicone, you can easily swap it out with a standard 20mm band, 22mm if you opt for the 45mm version. The Galaxy Watch 3 is a gorgeous timepiece with a surprisingly small footprint. I thought the haptic touch bezel on the Galaxy Watch Active 2 was pretty slick, but I am glad that Samsung revived the physical rotating bezel with the Watch 3. There's a satisfying audible click with each dial rotation, and it makes scrolling through the software interface delightfully fun. Hell, even when you aren't actively using the watch, it's like having a fidget spinner strapped to your wrist. Samsung sent me the Galaxy Watch 3 in its Mystic Bronze finish, which closely resembles a pink or rose gold. It's certainly not as easy to match within outfit the Mystic Black or Mystic Silver alternatives, at least not when your closet is mostly full of band tees and Uniqlo sweaters. Still, it's a fun, eye-catching color that you won't see on much of the competition. Oddly, the 41mm variants of the Galaxy Watch 3 feature a totally smooth rotating bezel around the display, while the 45mm casing features a finely ridged ring in its place. Source, Hitohusman, Android Central. Great hardware and looks are hugely important on a smartwatch. After all, watches are just as much an accessory as they are a utility, but they don't add up to much if the software isn't equally good. Luckily, Tizen mostly holds up. Since Samsung has moved to Wear OS starting with the Galaxy Watch 4, Tizen will stop getting updates down the line. Samsung added so many fitness features here that there's no more need for an active line. I love how naturally Samsung's interface pairs with a circular display. Then, of course, you can use the rotating bezel to scroll through pages and menus and be able just to touch and swipe on the screen. Even if you've never used a Tizen watch before, it's intuitive and easy to learn quickly. Two major additions to the Galaxy Watch 3 are its blood pressure detector and electrocardiogram, otherwise known as an ECG or EKG. Samsung struggled for years to receive FDA approval for these features in the US, even putting the necessary hardware into some of its older watches like the Watch Active 2 in hopes of retroactively enabling the settings later. Thankfully, coinciding with the announcement of the Watch 3, Samsung finally got to go ahead for its EKG and blood oxygen sensor tech and eventually activated the features in late September 2020. Along with SPO2 blood oxygen monitoring, the Watch 3's pulse oximeter allows it to read out VO2 max, which tells you the maximum amount of oxygen you can intake and utilize while exercising. You get a VO2 estimate automatically after each workout routine, though you'll need to manually initiate blood oxygen readings through the Samsung Health app. Friend of Android Central Andrew Martinick frequently bemoans the reliability of the GPS on past Galaxy watches, but while I certainly don't get out and exercise nearly as often as he does, I've found the Watch 3 to be fairly accurate. On a 3-mile walk through a paved trail with distance markers every half-mile, the Galaxy Watch 3 stayed consistent with the signs I passed and gave me a full post-workout sheet with stats like my heart rate, trends, calories burned, etc. Samsung Galaxy Watch 3, what needs work? Source, Haptic, Android Central. Let's talk about that Tizen software for a second, though. I really like the general interface, but third-party app support is still lacking despite Samsung's efforts. Spotify is the only app on my phone that populated an app on the Watch 3. I've also found that Spotify app to be hugely unreliable, often failing to control my music playback properly. Tizen is still woefully lacking in third-party apps. I was also a bit disappointed by the Watch 3's battery life. It isn't bad. In fact, with the always-on display disabled, I had no trouble squeezing 2 or 3 days out of a single charge. But with AOD turned on, even 1 full day is pushing it at times, especially if you're using the watch for activity monitoring. Another thing I wish Samsung would improve is the charging situation. The included magnetic puck is more or less the same as on every previous Galaxy watch, with a weak connection that's easy to dislodge. I've picked up the Watch 3 hours after putting it on the charger, only to find it wasn't seated just right in. Didn't charge at all. It also still uses USB-A, which is, well, it's fine, but I'd love to see a USB-C option. There's also the sky-high launch price. The Galaxy Watch 3 originally started at $400 for the 41mm Bluetooth-only model and only went up from there. That pricing is nothing new for the Galaxy Watch line, but if you've looked at any Wear OS-powered watches lately, you're bound to feel some sticker shock here. That's not to say that the Galaxy Watch 3 isn't worth the money, if for the gorgeous hardware alone, but you need to want a premium smartwatch to justify buying it even at its newly discounted rates. The competition. Source, Daniel Better, Android Central. If you're not into the Galaxy Watch 3 or just don't like shoveling out a few $100s to get a watch with software with numbered days, the first option to consider is Samsung's own Wear OS option, the Galaxy Watch 4 series. It offers 2 options, the standard Galaxy Watch 4 that borrows a lot from the Galaxy Watch Active 2, and the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic, which stays more faithful to the Galaxy Watch 3. Regardless of which of the new watches you choose, you'll get some impressive health tracking options. You get ECG, heart rate, blood oxygen monitoring with options, but you also pick up a new BS sensor. This feature gives deeper insights into your overall health by evaluating your body composition. If you are interested in options outside of Samsung, consider the Fossil Gen 6 series features an understated design and a rotating crown for interfacing with e-software, similar to Samsung's rotating bezel. You even get some of the same features, including heart rate monitoring and basic fitness tracking. Samsung Galaxy Watch 3, should you buy it? Source, Haptic, Android Central. Who it's for? Who it isn't for? The Galaxy Watch 3 is equal parts gorgeous and functional, and its collection of health-focused features put it in direct competition with the likes of brands like Garmin and Apple. The rotating bezel is undoubtedly the best, and most fun, way to interact with a smartwatch without obfuscating the screen. Samsung's Tizen OS is fluid, responsive, and well-tailored for the circular display, but it will not be around for much longer. 4 out of 5. The weak third-party network of apps could be a deal-breaker for some, but Samsung packs a lot of features into the watch to begin with, and the Watch 3 performs its core function as a notification aggregator well. You'll get good battery life so long as you leave the always-on display feature off, a sharp display that's bright enough to use outdoors without a hitch, and fantastic hardware with a stylish leather band that's easy to swap out if you prefer. There are plenty of great Wear OS alternatives available at lower price points which benefit from a wider selection of third-party apps. Still, in most cases. Aside from a few outliers, you'll be giving up some combination of hardware polish and fitness sensors. Even though the Galaxy Watch 3 won't be supported forever, it is an excellent looking watch with a solid set of features until that day comes. Samsung Galaxy Watch 3 41mm 4GB. The Galaxy Watch 3 offers stunning hardware and a variety of health-focused features, including an EKG and blood pressure sensor. Review changelog, January 2022. This article was originally published in August 2020. It was updated in January 2022 with the following changes. It was updated in April 2021 with the following changes. We may earn a commission for purchases using our links. Learn more.